Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Bachelorette, why fans are done with Jonathon Johnson. Jonathon Johnson was a fan favorite on Jen Tran's season of The Bachelorette. There was hope they would rekindle things after Demonstrator broke Jen's heart. But now fans are tiring of Jonathon. Keep reading to find out why. Jen Tran's still close with her Bachelorette suitor. Many Bachelor Nation fans thought Jen Tran was about to choose the wrong man when she sent Jonathon Johnson home. He was the third-place runner-up on Season 21 of The Bachelorette. Jen then had to choose between Marcus Sjoberg or Demonstrator. She clearly felt stronger for Marcus, but sent him home because he didn't feel the same. Jen and Devin got engaged, but revealed during the After the Final Rose special that they'd already broken up. Jen Tran began posting a lot of social media content with Jonathon Johnson, sparking dating rumors. He's been in the Dancing with the Stars live studio audience several times to cheer her on. But the two claim they are just friends. Dating speculation is also swirling around Jen and her devotee partner, Sasha Farber. Why fans are done with Jonathon Johnson. Viewers thought it was adorable when Jonathon Johnson ranked Jen Tran's Bachelorette dresses during the Men Tell All special. Sparks flew between the two during the cute interaction. But Jonathon Johnson's alleged clout-chasing behavior is getting old with fans. He posted a new ranking video that included some of Jen's devotees' outfits. Bachelor Nation fans blast him. The video was posted on Reddit. Bachelor Nation fans weren't shy about sharing their disdain for Jonathon and his TikTok content. Check out some of the comments. If there is actually nothing going on with them, then this is just cringy. I am so beyond over him. Like, this is just entirely too much. He's coming off unhinged. He took it too far. Like when someone keeps telling the same joke and won't drop it. Same vibe. How long is he gone ride Jen's wave? I cannot stand this man. He is doing too much. He is so thirsty. This is getting odd now, in my opinion. No one is asking Jonathon. I liked you. It's getting weird. Stop, for all of us. I feel like she is living her best life making friends and having fun on DOTS while he is clinging to her for relevance. How long is he going to drag this out? Can Jonathon and these TikToks please go away? Jonathon, the shtick is over. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I feel like he was ever really into Jen, and it's annoying seeing him use her for clout. I'm sorry, but this is becoming beyond cringe at this point. His 15 minutes of fame are up. In the world of reality TV, particularly dating shows like The Bachelorette, there's always a fine line between fan favorites and those who get the short end of the stick. Some contestants rise to popularity, becoming household names for their charm, humor, or vulnerability, while others fall from grace due to one misstep or an entire season of poor decisions. Jonathon Johnson, a contestant on the latest season of The Bachelorette, is rapidly becoming the latter. For many fans, he started out as a contender, but as the season has progressed, audiences are increasingly voicing their frustrations. And here's why fans are done with Jonathon Johnson. The early promise. Jonathon came onto the show with everything seemingly in his favor. A tall, handsome, and successful businessman, he seemed like the perfect catch at first glance. Fans were quick to notice his quiet confidence and poised demeanor. He wasn't the loudest guy in the room, nor the flashiest, but in the chaotic environment of group dates and cocktail parties, this initially worked in his favor. He appeared genuine, above the petty drama, and fans respected that. In the earlier episodes, many people thought he had staying power. He had what seemed to be a subtle but growing connection with the Bachelorette. Their conversations felt meaningful compared to the shallow, flirtatious exchanges happening elsewhere. He presented himself as serious about finding love, and for a while, it was easy to root for him. He wasn't just in it for the fame, or so it seemed. But as the weeks wore on, cracks began to show. This self-absorption. One of the first major turning points in the audience's perception of Jonathon was his tendency to turn every group date or cocktail conversation into a monologue about himself. In a show where contestants should focus on building a connection with the Bachelorette, Jonathon seemed more preoccupied with his own narrative. Whether it was talking about his career, his past relationships, or his views on life, the spotlight always seemed to gravitate back toward him. Fans began to notice that, while Jonathon was always talking, he wasn't really saying much that revealed his true character or emotional depth. He appeared polished but distant, like someone who had rehearsed their lines but forgot to include any vulnerability. Worse, he often failed to ask the Bachelorette meaningful questions about herself. In a setting where reciprocal connections are everything, his self-absorption was a red flag that didn't go unnoticed by viewers. Slowly but surely, fan forums started to buzz with comments like, "Jonathon only cares about Jonathon," or "Is he even interested in her?" The disconnected chemistry. As the season progressed, fans also began to notice that the chemistry between Jonathon and the Bachelorette wasn't evolving the way it was with other contestants. While the physical attraction might have been there at the start, there was an emotional disconnect that became more and more apparent. On the group dates, Jonathon often came across as aloof or disengaged, as if he were more concerned with outshining the other guys than building a relationship. This was especially glaring during intimate one-on-one moments. When the Bachelorette would open up or share something personal, Jonathon's responses were often canned or shallow. It seemed as though he couldn't tap into the emotional depth necessary to meet her vulnerability with his own. Fans started to notice how often the Bachelorette seemed to do the emotional heavy lifting in their conversations, leaving them feeling frustrated on her behalf. In a sea of men who were emotionally available and eager to connect, Jonathon's stoic demeanor came across as cold and insincere. The drama instigator. If there's one thing that can quickly turn fans against a contestant, it's becoming a drama instigator. While Jonathon managed to fly under the radar for a while, keeping his hands clean in the initial stages of the season, it soon became clear that he was stirring the pot behind the scenes. He was subtly manipulative, often playing mind games with the other contestants, making passive-aggressive comments that undermined their confidence. What made it worse was that he did all this while maintaining a facade of innocence. To the Bachelorette, he remained the composed, unbothered guy, but behind the scenes, he was stirring up tension among the others. It's one thing to get involved in the drama head-on, it's another to fan the flames and then act oblivious to the fire. This two-faced behavior didn't sit well with fans, who quickly took to social media to voice their frustrations. "Why is Jonathon playing the villain card now?" became a common sentiment. Viewers started to feel like he wasn't being authentic. And that's the cardinal sin in a show where emotional honesty is supposed to be the foundation of every relationship. The disrespect. Perhaps the final nail in the coffin for Jonathon's reputation among fans was his treatment of the Bachelorette herself. In one of the more recent episodes, Jonathon was seen questioning the Bachelorette's decisions in a way that came off as condescending and disrespectful. While it's normal for contestants to feel anxious about their standing, Jonathon crossed a line by challenging her judgment and even implying that she didn't know what she was looking for. In a particularly heated conversation, Jonathon insinuated that the Bachelorette wasn't taking the process seriously, essentially questioning her ability to make her own choices. This moment left fans furious. The Bachelorette, after all, is the one in control of her own journey, and to see a contestant belittle her decisions was a major misstep. Social media exploded with comments like, "Who does Jonathon think he is?" and "That was so disrespectful, he needs to go." The final verdict. Ultimately, Jonathon Johnson started out as someone with potential, but has become one of the most disliked contestants of the season. His self-absorption, lack of genuine connection, drama-stirring tendencies, and disrespect toward the Bachelorette have all contributed to his downfall in the eyes of fans. What's worse is that he doesn't seem to realize the role he's played in his own demise. While other contestants have shown growth, vulnerability, and emotional maturity, Jonathon has remained stuck in his own narrative, unable to connect with anyone but himself.